Okay, here we go. Let's go through these a little faster now after I spent so much time on the game, and rightly so. Oregon State, Oregon. Now, Oregon's favored by 13.5. Oregon State came back, remember, last year because of some of those decisions on fourth down. Dan Lanning was super aggressive on the road in Corvallis. They had a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, and Oregon State came back and won that game and knocked the Ducks out of the Pac-12 championship game. Oregon comes into this matchup with the number 2 scoring offense in the country. Bo Nix, right now, as far as betting favorites go, is the betting favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. Can't argue with that, the way that he's playing. I know Penix is going to have his shot, and if he remains undefeated, I would still bet that he would win if he's able to remain undefeated. But Nix and Oregon, they're going to be awfully tough to beat. Awfully tough to beat. I think it's a worse matchup for Oregon State, actually, than last week's matchup against Washington. See, against Washington, you can limit possessions. You can run the football. They had the rain. They were at home. Like, the Beavers had a better chance to beat Washington than I think they're going to have to beat Oregon. Nix is starting his record 59th career game. He's playing at a level that he's never played before, an incredibly high level. He's completing 78% of his passes, which, by the way, if he's able to continue that mark or even elevate it, that would set an FBS record. That was held by Mac Jones, by the way, 77.4 in the COVID year. Oregon's run defense for this matchup against a team that wants to run the football is excellent. Oregon's defensive line doesn't get the credit that they deserve. They're excellent. They're stout. They can rush the passer. They're 11th in the country stopping the run. Oregon State is tough to beat. All right. And I don't care where it's going to be. I don't care if the matchup is bad. They've lost 3 games this season by a combined 8 points. All right. Jonathan Smith has done an unbelievable job at Oregon State. He should be up for jobs all over the country. If I was Texas A&M, that would be the first call I would make is Jonathan Smith. They lost by 3 at Wazoo early in the year, 3 to Arizona on the road, and by 2 to Washington, right? So 13.5 is a big number Oregon is favored, even being at home. I do think it's going to be fascinating, though, watching DJ Uiagalelei face his younger brother, Mateo, who's a defensive lineman for Oregon. Dan Lanning was asked, like, did you have any words of advice for your brother? Or excuse me, for Mateo playing his brother on Saturday. And Dan was like, yeah, hit him. Which is music to any younger brother's ears. I'm a younger brother, and you asked me to hit my brother. I'm like, I'm all in. DJ threw a couple of picks last week against Washington, but it's really going to be about their ability to protect him from that pass rush, which is really good. And Mateo Uiagalelei is part of that. If I had to make a prediction, I think Oregon wins this game, but Oregon State just doesn't get beat by 13.5 generally. So I would probably bet Oregon State, but take Oregon if I was just trying to pick an outright winner. Thank you for watching the Joel Klatt Show YouTube channel. And if you liked this clip, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel, and you can stay up to date on all of my college football coverage.